Hello again. I think that we are all perfectly well aware by now that there is not the remotest chance of any British government ever getting to grips with and reducing the number of people crossing the Channel and entering this country illegally. It is a huge embarrassment for our masters, and so they have now come up with a marvellous scheme which will, if not actually solving the problem, at least make it disappear. How can you do that though, when as many as 1,000 illegal immigrants or undocumented migrants, as we're supposed to call them these days, land on the coast of southern England in a single day? It's a problem. But never underestimate the dishonesty and cunning of the government of this country. They will always find a way to disguise the truth, whether it relates to immigration, wars in the Middle East, or epidemics of some viral disease. In this case, the answer was so glaringly obvious that it's a wonder, really, that nobody has thought of it before. Care for Calais is one of those mischievous groups which are determined to thwart any efforts to remove illegal immigrants from this country and to ensure that they are all offered full board and lodging in five-star hotels at the British taxpayers' expense. This, it's a registered charity, have been fighting the Home Office through the courts and managed to frustrate the efforts to send illegal immigrants to Rwanda for processing. Now they have also sabotaged the scheme to fast-track the removal of Albanians crossing the Channel, who at the moment make up over half the illegal immigrants entering Britain in that way. In the description to this video, I give a link to Care for Calais' Twitter account, in which they gloat over their triumph. They quote from a letter which the Home Office has sent them as part of its response to the legal action launched by this bunch of troublemakers. It seems that the legal situation is that the government cannot fast-track the deportation of Albanians after all. It will be remembered that the plan was to hoof them out of the country within hours of identifying them. It seems that this would be unlawful if the person is claiming asylum. We will have to hope that the Albanians arriving in small boats are honest enough to admit that they are economic migrants rather than asylum seekers. If so, then we can chuck them out. Gosh, I hope that none of them think that it might be worthwhile telling lies about this. Also in the letter from the Home Office was this startling piece of news. Since July, and I quote, migrants who cross the Channel in small boats, who are either rescued or directed to land at designated locations by the authorities, are no longer deemed to be illegal immigrants, but arriving passengers. Well, that makes the situation a lot better if anybody's trying to tot up how many illegal immigrants have landed on the coast, because they are now classified in precisely the same way as holidaymakers from the United States landing at Heathrow Airport. All will be classified in the same category as arriving passengers. That should at a stroke reduce illegal immigration to this country by at least 30 or 40,000 a year. The figures in a year's time are going to look a lot more promising as a result of this simple sleight of hand. Do click on the link and look at what Care for Calais say about this reassuring letter from the Home Office. This is now official government policy. So let's not hear any more talk about illegal immigrants or even undocumented migrants. Just remember to call them arriving passengers.